integrity, sense of character. You start being the best you can be. You work hard. You work the way you're supposed to. You don't worry about what everybody else is saying. You say what you believe in, what you know to be true, and you actually stand up for it. And it's like, something so simple. And
make your faults. Yes.
Yeah. You make the changes here, and then you start affecting the community and people around you.
Welcome back, everybody.
Another good day. Just got back from the gym at 4:30. So fighting through getting back into that muscular savage strength. It runs away very quickly if you don't maintain it.
Oh,
it comes back quickly too, but it just sucks. So it sucks.
Because your potential, how much you can go, and then when you start decreasing that, I know what you mean.
And then, like, the cost is so high, you get so sore for so long. It's worth it in the long run. But I had the new guy that's replacing me. I was riding with him yesterday. He's 67 years old, and his safety vest is a 4XL. And just looking at that right there is all the motivation that's necessary for me to not be the fat trucker. Because he's like, you could watch him getting into the truck, and he's watching me hop up and down on the trailer when we were moving a couple of pieces of equipment. He's like, hey, you can't jump off of the trailers like that. Dude, my knees have been bad since fourth grade. So I know where I stand. You can't jump off the trailer because you physically can't jump off the trailer. He's like, yeah, I need to get rid of some of this Portland right here. What that is? Because he's like, the seat doesn't go back any further than that. Mind you, we're in a freaking. Have you seen the videos of the dump truck that I post? It's a little day cab single. It's a freaking full size truck, and he has to tilt the steering wheel all the way to the dashboard to be able to turn the steering wheel. Nice dude, but he's let it get away from him, and
Wow.
that's the price that's paid. You see the fat truckers. And he's just talking about he had a double bypass surgery a couple years ago. And it's like, dude, it's actually he had double bypass surgery right before Hurricane Ian. So to have that play out and then still not be able to correct that issue, and he was talking about he died on the table. He was like, my best friend that has been dead for 10 years was going like this. And then when I was getting there, he said, it's not your time yet. And then he opened his eyes. And he was like, dude, he's like, would you have an experience like that? He's like, the other side's real. I was like, but still, you got right now that needs to be addressed. So after I with him again today, I don't know how to navigate because he wants to lose weight. Like, I'll give him a meal plan or something, but tell him to start going for a walk, just start moving. But no, it's hard to watch, hard to look at.
How old is he?
67. And they just got flooded out with the last hurricane. So they're dealing with insurance companies that had 13 inches of water in their home. The roofing people are coming out next Wednesday to give them quotes on the roof. Like, I was like, you didn't get a lot of wind down here, but he got a lot of water. He's still trying to get stuff fixed from the last hurricane 2 years ago, dealing with insurance companies. So he's had a very, very rough 2 years, but he's still a very positive person. So it's cool to see.
There's nothing else but to stay positive. There's nothing else but to have faith. We control our own emotions. So if we think everything's going to be all right, somehow they end up being okay, even at the worst of times. It's just really, it's all in our heads.
Being around somebody that's got that much weight, not physical weight, but baggage and things.
Yeah.
It's kind of draining.
It's horrible. Oh my God. Yes, because when you can feel their energy, you can feel how much shit they're going through, and they're still pushing along, chugging along. They're doing the best that they can do. At that point in time, maybe he's in your life for something. You have to figure out a way to. Maybe he just needs a little spark.
Maybe, and that's the other thing is because he was a referral to me, manager at another company as a driver, and he was just like beyond grateful. He's like, "Oh, he did that for me." He's like, "Man, I didn't even ask him to do that for me." He's like, he was just super happy. He's like, "I was wondering how I got the call for this job. My buddy over here sent me your number." And he was apologizing for his shoes smelling because they got river water from the storm surge. And he was like, dude, I'm sorry my shoes stink right now. I'm going to go get some boots today, but I just haven't had a chance to do so. But he's like, so he's like, just crack. I'm really sorry. I don't care. We've all had stinky shoes. We've all gotten wet. We all know what that smell is. Like it's not. It just smells so bad. Like it's really nice, dude. I think that was one of the things that drained me yesterday. But it was cool. It's funny when he's like, so where do you want me to park my vehicle? I was like, park it right next to that white truck. Doesn't park it there. Parked it somewhere else. Freaking go to turn around the truck and trailer. Oh, am I in the way? So I told you to park. 22 turns later, he's like, dude, that sucked. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be your life if you park there instead of where I told you to park. I won't do that again. Good. And my face, it does what it wants. So can't help it. I don't want to help it either. People need to see what I'm thinking sometimes.
Oh, are you ready for this one? I got scolded the other day. So my daughter, I was knocking on Seb's door to see if he was coming out to eat something. I don't remember what I was doing, but I knew I was knocking on Seb's door. I'm literally just looking towards the kitchen like this. Here's the door. Well, I'll do it like this. Here's the door right here, right? I'm knocking on the door. I turn around and I'm looking this way. This way is the kitchen, okay? And I'm looking right at my daughter, and she was putting away some groceries, and she dropped a thing of pineapple. Now I just kept looking at her, but I wasn't really looking at her. I was looking in that direction. My mind was nowhere to be found. Could have left a message. They could have been talking to me. I wasn't home. I'm focused on why hasn't Seb answered the door when I'm knocking on his door. That's it, right? And then finally, my daughter goes, "What? Are you just gonna stand there and keep looking?" And I was like, I zoomed right back, and I said, "Oh my God, you really thought that?" No, I said, "Baby girl, I'm sorry that I wasn't home." You were staring right at me. I was like, "No, I really wasn't.
Lights were on, nobody's home.
I was daydreaming. I was just like, I wasn't even."
He said I was fishing.
I wasn't home right now. I was like, wait, it was fucking hilarious. Dolly started cracking up. She goes, "You see, that's what I go through all the time." And I'm like, oh my God, dude, she's got a bark, that little one.
No, I
She's
was like,
got
she
a
sounded like she wanted to
bark.
smoke. Jeez.
Oh my goodness. I went over there, I hugged her. I was like, no, it's not like that. I said, I got the message, but there was a better way there's another way to give me the same message. And she goes, no, you had to hear it that way. That's exactly how I intended for you to listen. I said, I understand that, but I am also your father, and I deserve a little bit more respect. So, with that being said, I got the message. Just make sure that next time you think about it twice. Yes, Daddy.
That's funny. See, you're good. Because I'd have like, who are you talking to?
I already been through that one now.
Fun of mine.
I already been through that one.
That's funny.
Because I remember this is the same little girl now who thought that I was going to be tearing up her bedroom because she didn't fill out her college forms correctly. Yeah. Oh.
It still would have been like hey, sweetheart. So, have you been drinking? I just want to know who you're talking to. All right. Well, so I wasn't home, but I just want to clarify a couple of things real fast.
Oh my God. So apparently the face does do whatever it needs to do.
That's great.
I don't know. I have no idea. But what else could I tell you? Besides the fact that the last couple of days, I've been a little rough, dude, a little draining. I don't know how it's been over there, but on this side of the world, I know Dolly and I have been like, just trying to regain our strengths and stuff like that. Just a little weird.
I've just been with the aftermath of the storm is got all the jobs that we had down here on hold, and they're doing emergency repairs on river accesses in Northport, one in Fort Myers. And so that's been kind of pain. And then looking at the forecast coming up over this next weekend and seeing that there's another one that's like brewing, and a lot of the forecast models that I saw, what my wife had showed me, looked like it was going to be coming back to the Southwest Florida coast. And so it's like, okay, if that happens, then I'll end up working this weekend again and moving all the stuff off the beach that we just put back on the beach. And I was just like, well, that's cool. Like, well, you guys only worked 30 hours last week, so haha. Like, let's go ahead and get all that back in 1 week. So they still owe me 30 hours that I need to get in my bank account. So, and this is supposed to be the last. Yesterday was supposed to be the last day in the dump truck. I'm gonna ride up to them again today. So they're just things aren't as they're sequence. Um, and then with me going back into the gym, and like so, all of the patterns have been broken, and it's kind of tiring. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's not autopilot. And like I've been working on getting a episode up on Spotify and iTunes every day. So I've been that way. It's a consistent instead of me dumping worth at a time. So I've been doing that every morning before the gym, and then trying to work everything in and like patterns. And it's just whatever. It's just change is I think is what's going on here. And then like looking at this every time I get on here every day, it's like yeah, I still need to order the. I need to design the pieces that I want that are in my head to put on the wall, and then I still need to order the new mugs. And it's like there's crap. And it's Friday night. Ooh, yeah, I want to get some seafood tacos tonight. So it seems like there's a million things swirling around in my head. Like I had a T-shirt idea that I wrote down yesterday. I heard it. I thought about it when I was watching another podcast. Then I thought about it again when I brought it up to yesterday. So I wrote it down. So now that's stuck in my brain. It's like it's going 10 million miles per minute. Seems like my freaking Smeagol.
No, dude, it is. But these are exciting times, dude, because these are things that, for example, that are you're trying to put order in a fucking in a, that has its natural order. That's the only thing, you know. You're exactly like me in that aspect. You try to juggle all the shit at the same time. You know, I can see it coming. You know, fucking because now you're forcing yourself to go to the fucking gym. Now it's like, I gotta get stronger, motherfucker. Yeah, but you're doing this, and now you're adding, and you're adding, and you're constantly adding.
Well, the
But
gym has always been the natural order of things, so that's been the core everything else, and then I put everything else around it, and then that was taken away. So that's like
okay, so now we need to figure out. Hold on, fair enough. So if the gym is the natural order and that it's supposed to be part of your nucleus, I guess you could say it that way. It's like
no,
that's my foundation.
that's the
Then
power plant. So that's what gives the energy to be
fair,
able to work the longer days.
fair enough. I like that. Okay, so we got to figure out exactly what else can we start to outsource because we need to start outsourcing.
Well, I love the outsourcing of
You do, dude. Anything
the
you
8 hours a
do
week
that,
that I was doing, but that's well, we'll still outsource it, but I have to find a different medium for that
saying,
project.
I
But
know.
like cutting the grass was like I've stopped cutting the grass. But with the kitchen project, it's like, all right, well, I got to do the kitchen because I don't want to pay somebody 16 grand to do it. So it's a fraction of that cost if I do it myself. Yeah, no. Everything that could be outsourced, there's really not too much that can. Like honestly, if I look at what I'm willing to pay for somebody else to do it, the value isn't high enough for me to pay somebody else to do that stuff. Maybe
Then
edit.
you, yeah.
So I think that's
I
where,
guess.
because I know, like I hear, like Chip always talk about, he's like, you shouldn't be paying somebody to cut your grass. I was like, dude, it takes me 20 minutes. He's like, well, you can run an appointment in 20 minutes. I was like, yeah, you could. Okay. And that appointment's going to take 6 months to pay me. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and cut my grass. Like look at I still have that issue with paying people to do things that I can do myself and I can do very well. I don't know. It's a hard headed thing. But
No, it is not a hard headed thing. It's understandable. The only thing is,
burnt out.
you can't grow. What's that?
So I end up getting burnt out.
No, you can't grow because you're tied to your 24 hour. You can't grow.
But out of everything on my plate right now, what should I be outsourcing? Cutting the grass, video editing. Okay. So video editing is probably what, 8 hours a week? Maybe.
No, probably more. Because here's the thing, to be able to, here's the way I think, dude. In the beginning, yes, everything is tiring, but we need to find our replacements for everything that we do in our lives.
I understand that.
Right. So, in other words, in order to find our replacements, we actually have to physically do, and you would know exactly how you would do it for. But trying to find that one person, yeah, I see what you mean. It might be challenging.
You've seen that, like what's transpiring on with that whole process.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah.
it work itself out. Everything works itself when it works
The
itself out
only, you know what it is?
when it needs to. So
It's only a problem because it's a income problem. If it wasn't an income problem,
that's always the same.
that's always, yeah.
It's time or money. It's never anything different.
It's no, exactly. It's an income issue. You know, so you just have to, income. That's the only way that I try to logic my own reasoning. Dude, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. You stop doing things as yeah, but listen, I'm sick and tired of really working on airplane. I am tired. It fucking burns me out, but I can't leave it because it's majority of my income. So, and that's part of the, I guess, of my last burnout was realizing, holy fuck, dude, you have to do a lot of the things that I do, and I'm only doing them only because what I'm keeping up with the Joneses or whatever, or just a higher cost of living because I chose it. Yeah, well, what? So start changing your life, right? It's fucking weird, dude. I'm telling you. It's so, it only would be an issue. It becomes a same thing. It becomes a monetary issue. It becomes an income issue. Well, if I don't want to do it, I need to substitute my income. And it's all the same fucking thing. And she's realized it as well in the sense that, we're spending time together. We're a couple days. Sebastian was with, I worked on his birthday, but I've been home since, yesterday. I home. I know he went out. He had a great time. He shit faced. He came home at 3 a.m. and we day off yesterday. He stayed home. I stayed home. We were gonna, we all cooked a meal. It was a nice family day. Everybody was home, and that's why beautiful day. Today is a different story. Supposedly this weekend we're throwing him a birthday party. Actually, a bunch of his friends and family are coming over. So I'm like, fuck me. So I got to start barbecuing, that was Saturday, but this is part of what I enjoy. So today is going to be a cleanup day. Clean the patio, clean the front yard, pressure clean the fuck out of everything, get ready and start decorating for Halloween because we have a whole bunch of Halloween decorations that.
I forgot you, Halloween guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He is a 100% the holiday, whatever the occasion, she's got a decoration for it.
I got to get a wig. I said I'd wear it for the Halloween episode. Responded to like nobody asked.
Yeah,
but I feel like I should wear the wig. We were actually in the Party City. Me and my wife went out to dinner on Wednesday.
Nice.
And the Party City's right back there. And I was like, oh, I need to find a wig. And then I got sidetracked because I saw the Jason mask. And I was like, and I put it on. She's like, that's beyond freaky. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I've been looking for one of these, but it didn't have the breathing. I want one that I can breathe in. Like, I want the full effect of me being able to chase somebody down in a hockey mask, like with a rifle or whatever, and just like beat it. And she was like, that's so creepy. I was like, look, we're just different. Yeah, no, but I forgot all about them to go back and see if I can find one. I bet I know somebody out there that I have a freaking a blonde wig, or I can even rock the brunette. But then yeah, I'm gonna hit on me now.
I know what I was gonna wear for Halloween this year, but found the best. It was be like Frankenstein is carrying me in a box.
Got you. Yeah. I've seen some of your photos. You're like, yeah, just some photos on Facebook for the thumbnails. I'm like, have you seen your Facebook photos? Like, some of this stuff is crazy. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, what's on your wife's page? I was like, yeah, now she has the same photos you do. You guys suck. Need more photos.
Really?
Yeah. Like, unless you want me putting family photos of you, your wife, and your kids on a thumbnail, like.
All right, I'll start taking more pictures. I don't know what I got, dude. I don't know what's up there.
It's funny.
Pictures.
It's too funny. Yeah. Lots of photos. So it's like, your selfies, like, bitch, I got photos for days. I can make thumbnails for years and never reach the same photo twice from all the different selfies. So, and all progress pictures over the years. So, what are you doing? Are you working today? this weekend? No, you got
Ah,
stuff like that.
that's the other thing. It just killed me. The other thing that I was looking at that the like fuck me, dude. I'm not gonna be able to work today, and I'm probably not working tomorrow. I don't know yet. I gotta figure something out because I don't like to
That's
be
the hard
stuck.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's hard part. Like you were thinking about, or you were talking about, the time you were spending with your family, and everybody took the day off and hung out, had some drinks. It's like that seems to be the vibe this week. Is I had the dinner on Wednesday. Yesterday we hung out, and I stopped on the way home and got her a bottle of wine, and I picked up some beer and sat down and had a couple drinks with her, and like just enjoyed her company and fucking with her and pissing her off and all that good stuff. So it was a good
that's
time.
that's a
And
beautiful
then
guy.
yeah, it is. I think I do enough of that. And then of course, like tonight, she's been up. She's like, "Yeah, can we go to Izzy's for tacos and like seafood?" Like, yeah, whatever. So, but that stuff's it's still important for me to do that stuff from time to time.
Extremely,
So,
extremely. I have no idea how much easier your life's gonna be.
well, he made the comment. It was like, you guys are running around trying to put the square peg in the round hole. I was like, yeah, give me a big enough hammer, I'll get it in there. But still, it just takes some time and chill. But it's been really good. Of course, listening to the stuff that's going on in Asheville and with the like biblical flooding, erosion, and all that stuff going on out there, it's just crazy.
Yo, remember I told you about my buddy who fucking got flooded from North
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, living down here now. He's one of those people.
At least he's
He's one of
over that.
those. That whole fucking town. The house that he was, it was like, I think it was like freaking $750,000. Huge house on the lake. The lake fucking turned into an ocean. The ocean turned into everything went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they're talking about, I think I've gone won't be back till 2025.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, there's interstates that are just wrecked, and they won't be able to fix them till next year, or have them rebuilt till next year. I don't know, because after what I saw they did here in Florida when like the causeway collapsed, they did that in weeks. So I'm pretty sure they could figure out how to get it at least a workable workaround up pretty quickly. But still, it just sucks. Sucks. Yeah. I don't just yeah. I gotta listening to all of my news outlets because
Dude, I
like
don't listen to the news. I
I
don't
feel
listen. I
I don't
don't
listen to
listen to the
mainstream,
news.
but
No, no,
I'm
no,
like trying to figure out what's going on up there and how to be able to help them.
no.
There's nothing I can do to help
There's
them.
nothing you can do. That's exactly they're
It's
draining
like,
your energy. No, no, no. Listen, dude, you
nothing
focus on your little fucking world. What could be the
yeah.
best the people that you can fucking reach out and touch. Try to help somebody in fucking Nigeria,
No.
please. That shit ain't happening. Dude. It's not only America first. It's actually me first. It's my fucking neighbor first. You know what I mean? It's my neighbor first. It's trying to
Yeah.
help my first, and then it all comes down to
That's
I
where all change really starts at, is with your community.
with
But still,
yourself.
be able to serve those people. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be able to do that and
Of
trying to figure out
course not.
if that's
But
something I
here's
can do. But there's nothing I
yes,
can do for them.
no.
So
They're gonna
not
be
at this
fine.
stage.
Unfortunately, and it sucks the way I'm gonna say it, but it's like they're gonna be fine, dude.
Well, yeah, no, that's
Here's the best and the worst thing, right? This too shall pass.
yeah. Was it gun? No, it's not getting off. It's the Bible. Um, when I was like the Hurricane Ian, how that played out, I spent more time serving in the community and like helping people pull out of their house. And I think it's that's the feeling of what should be happening right now, but it's just not, because it's not that local. And I think that's what it is. It was like a response. It was like, oh, okay, when hurricanes come, and it's like, oh, okay, well, it'll happen right now. So
Back in 2007, 2008, when they had Hurricane Ike hit Galveston in Texas, that
okay,
Houston Pasadena area. I think it was 2007, 2008. I don't remember specifically what year that was, but the real estate market down here had already started to shift quite a bit. My real estate office and my I like a side of it I had a group of contractors that would always come to me for work. And when that hurricane happened, I got the phone call and said, hey, why don't you come down and and start helping with FEMA Blue Roof program? And I'm like, I started, they needed contractors to go out there. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. I took 12 trucks.
Jesus.
All right. Each truck had 2 guys. All right. So everybody, let's go. We'll find work. Let's just say I went broke really fucking fast.
I bet.
We tent, and then I said, fuck this. I need an apartment. And I went and found a 3-bedroom apartment. I remember it was like for $700 a month. I found a 3-bedroom apartment, and I shoved 24 guys in, dude.
That's gnarly.
Yeah, there was 20. Yeah, there was 20, like 20, 23, 24 of us living in a 3-bedroom apartment. I'm talking about guys staggered and fucking in. And they were grateful to be living in an apartment, because if not, we'd be in fucking tent city. At least we had water, we had electricity. So we had one guy who became our chef. Nobody saw each other. It was amazing, and we were all fucking hungry. Like, they come from work in the beginning, we were all getting paid. Next thing you know, the money stops flowing. Guys, I can't pay you, so either we can more invoices, or we go fucking eat. And they're like, well, we can go fishing. So we would like, dude, we roughed it up. Like, we had gas or we got food money. So we decided to go fishing so we can go get some food, because we needed the gas money. It got that. It was really bad back then. And I ended up coming back home with my tail between I lost over 36 grand in those 3 months, dude. It was bad.
Yeah. I had a buddy that went out there for, I don't remember which storm it was recently. It was probably within the past, 6 years or so. He has a water removal company. He was out there in Texas for a considerable amount of time. And that's what actually made his business, was him going out there. But the other side of that coin is building insurance companies. And you be able to make a killing building insurance companies, but insurance companies are really good at fighting claims and tying up your money. So it hurt him for a long time as well, but it seems like he's finally pulling out of it and growing his business. That's a very, even the people that are water removal stuff, now they got to wait for me to pay him because the insurance company's fighting the claim. You'd think you'd a lot of money per occurrence, but it just isn't the case. It isn't. But what did you do out there? You just were flipping, trying to build?
We started off the FEMA Blue Roof program. So you're basically doing the tarps, right? That's what we started doing. And then that's all how, about humanity and how you help each other, and you start rebuilding is from inside out. Because, dude, I saw a lot of devastation. For example, the Galveston Island, like this little island off coast. Dude, I'm talking about it was Death City, fucking hanging from the ground. And all these gnats and flies, it was some nasty shit. It was a bad fucking storm. And when you see how the people all got together and started eating and helping each other out, that was fucking beautiful, dude.
That's a big industry too.
There was food, and I'm saying everybody had food. It's because if you ate, anybody who was next to you ate. There was people giving out fucking food. There was bun. It was, at least that was the only good part. I want to say at the time that it was to start feeding people, dude, the food just started coming in. That was actually really fucking awesome. Other people helping each other. We out, hey, who does floors, who knows how to do drywall, who knows how to do this, so who does roofing. So, and I was guys left and right doing what I do best. Hey, how much is that job? Blah blah blah. How much do that job for? Blah blah blah. Hey, that job is blah blah blah. I'm gonna fucking give me my 10%. Here you go. I fucking threw. It's the only way. I'm losing left and right. So I had to survive. Plus, we were a tough time back home economically too. The fucking place where we were staying at anymore, and I was like, fuck, I didn't know what to do, and I see that happening again here soon with everything else that's going on. But that's a different story. I see a lot of people going to get hurt right now.
Yeah, we talked about a buddy that called me yesterday. We were like, just I wouldn't say we were playing out some scenarios, and I was like asking some strategic about placing things out of the middle of nowhere on property that he owns, and I was just like, currently that's a plan, and he's like, yeah, I'm good with that. All right, I was like, I come bearing ammunition and skills, and he's like, check. All right, just know that that's coming. So, but that's the stuff that there's just so things that there's uncertainty, and the only reason that I have that I have is that faith. But having faith doesn't mean that you don't prepare. Like you still have to.
No, you got to prepare. You got to do your work. Yeah.
So just in that mentality is I think one of the other things, and just reallocating resources. Yeah, it's been a very interesting season of life for sure. I think election years honestly just suck.
Listen,
On
dude,
top of that, it's not supposed to.
No,
it's not supposed to be like this. So, but
I have a feeling that this is going to be a really hard. This is going to be a really hard next 4 years. Doesn't matter who it is.
I hope. Well, when we change, and everybody is like, well, most people with any type of functioning mental cortex wants change, and they want to see things like I shouldn't pay in taxes, like income taxes alone, taxes on top of taxes when I want to buy a vehicle, sell a vehicle, buy a home, buy groceries, like sell anything. Like you shouldn't be every time your money stands. You guys don't. The government is the only business that can extort money from people, and it's like taxation is theft. I heard this. I was listening to this morning, and then he's like, "No, it's extortion." I was like, "It's very true," because I was like, how long is going to put me in jail if I don't pay this? Because I would rather go to jail than be a slave. But quite frankly, being around it, you're still going to give them money. Mm-hmm. Like even when we're paying off this house, if we don't pay the property taxes on it, they can come take it. So vehicles, registration, and all other stuff. It's become that nobody has the spine to address because nobody it's uncivilized to be violent. So okay, cool. Well then we vote change. Oh, you can't vote change. Okay, then it's violence. Like, well, no, that's another answer. Okay, then vote for it. It's like, well, that's not going to change either. All right, so it can't just be this thing where it's like, oh, well, you just can't think about it. You have to keep on taking it. It's like, they freaking Boston over a 2-cent freaking tea tax. It wasn't 2 cents. Let's see, how much? What was the tax rate for the freaking that caused the Boston Tea Party? 3%. Yeah. So
yeah, look, Google it. I think it's a 3% tax hike. 3% dude.
And this is what we're gotten to.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't look images. Why was it done?
Because they were being gouged.
That's the crazy thing. Like, so they were unwilling to pay that tax. Let's see here. No taxation without representation. Board of the ships through Chesterton to the harbor. They don't want to tell me why. Good old Wikipedia. I do not like Wikipedia. Tax on tea had existence. Passing the Tea Act imposed no new taxes on American colonies. They were just like they were unwilling to look at it. I want to know the actual tax rate. Somebody freaking comments before. I was like, this is why live is good because then somebody would have come now and told me while I'm scrolling the internet. Yeah. And I've lost already looking for it that quickly.
Anyway, but it wasn't much. It was like 3%. It
was like 3%.
It wasn't much. It was being increased at 2-3% or something like that, too. Yeah. So we I don't know, man. Sometimes I think that the new world order is exactly what really governs everything.
Yeah.
There's countries as shield, but there's people above them. There's There's
You ever watch that documentary, The Agenda? What was it? On Prime.
Prime. What?
You have to buy it, but it's gosh, I want to say it's Agenda 20. It's not Agenda 2020 because it's in my. I bought it. It'd be easier for me to find it on my phone. Um, and it's talks. It was a guy who was in Bernie Sanders' um campaign, like he was working in Bernie Sanders' campaign. And when he started noticing certain things, he decided that he was going to leave that campaign and a documentary because he noticed that there was a lot of similarities between the communist agenda and the big socialist movement. And so it's
Yeah.
agenda one and two. And agenda one is grinding America down. That came out in 2010. And then agenda two was Masters of Deceit that came out in 2016. And you watch those two documentaries and you're just like, what the fuck? When I like start looking at what's going on in our society and what's happening, and they're like, well, people will start like, oh, you're black, you're supposed to be a Democrat, this and that. Like, yeah, like I get that before. It's like, buddy, the way things are going, the Republican Party is literally where the Democratic Party used to be, and everything is shifted so far the wrong way that those values are now non-existent in that party. And like, I piss people off to call it the Democratic Socialist Party, and they'll be like, "That's not what it is. It's exactly what it is. It's
But
just it's not what we grew up with."
no.
And the whole party thing is that needs to go out of the window. And there's no longer a Republican or a Democrat. It seems like it should just be right or wrong and values. What do you actually believe in? What do you want to happen? In this two-party system that we actually have now, instead of people actually like thinking like, like what are the options? Like why are these people have propped up to choose from out of the brightest and best out of all the people? How many billions of people are in the United States?
Yeah, that these are our best two options. Dude. Are you
Get the
serious?
fuck out of here.
Are you fucking serious?
There's a
You
30-year-old that just came out of school that could eat Kamala Harris's lunch. Like, are you like Donald Trump business plan? Okay, cool, but still, there's somebody that got to be better than him.
Let me
And
tell you something, dude. Yeah. Also remember that when things get written, so you remember that the age of becoming a man back in the day. You became a man at like 15, exactly, right? I mean, responsibilities back in the day at 15. I think Mike got married at 13, 14 years. They married her at 13 for my grandmother.
My grandmother had mine. She was 14 years old.
Yeah. So you see, we have various, those back then, dude. Things were different. Things were you had to fucking matter how well your life was if you had paper or not. Because even if you had paper, you had certain responsibilities of being proper fucking etiquette, whether you were a man or you had to learn to be a gentleman if you were a man. You had to learn how to fight if you were a man. You had to learn how to do certain fucking things. I'm talking about back in the day. These were mandatory things that you had to do, right? You're clean shaven. You're in fucking great physical shape. You learn how to fucking fight and you learn how to fucking work. Those were the responsibilities of a fucking man. What happened to that shit nowadays? You're eating fucking bonbons, sitting on the couch, jerking off, and you're thinking, why is my life miserable? Oh my God, why aren't I going in the direction I really want to go? Hello, McFly. And then Jesus, what happened to the woman aspect of it? Oh, women are and as a matter of fact, they're stronger. I'm the first one to let you know. But yes, you also have certain responsibilities whether you want to do it or not. It is what it is. It really is what it is. How come in any fucking relationship, in any two guys or two chicks or a boy and a girl, doesn't fucking matter. There's always going to be one dominant and one less. That's it. Oh, but we're equals. Yeah, no, you're not.
What do you do? Switch strap-ons? Like, I don't
You
understand.
can't. There is no. You can't. It doesn't work that way. It's not only. It just there. It really isn't. Saying is that there's certain responsibilities in average life in itself. So if you're a head of household, if you're a man, and this, there are certain things that okay. Hell, I was taught you crying, suck it up, suck it up, something to cry about. that was as my son now, that was not how I raised. There's certain things that you just don't fucking,
Don't pass on.
you don't pass those. Yes, pass on the fucking values of whatever happened to the values of your last name. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to who you are and your family name? It's I don't know. Did that sound like a country song? I mean, I don't. Jesus fucking serious. What the fuck? That shit. What happened there? It is important. It's important to we learn history. However, we learn history. We don't learn history based on to learn to be a better future. You know how they say repeat itself isn't right. History tends to repeat itself. You want to learn your history in order to be better, to have a better.
Even the simple aspect of, I heard something when they were talking about one of the debates, and if that guy would have admitted that he was wrong and he misspoke and he would have embellished, he may have embellished a little bit. He's like, people would respect him more if you could just man the fuck up and like, you know what, you
fucked up
right there. What happened to that? what happened to that aspect? A bit of having a bit of character.
Listen, people are afraid to lose their status quo. Their egos are so inflamed. They're afraid. What would about me? You know what? Who gives a fuck?
Well, that's like the cancel culture. All right, so you're like, okay, they're gonna kick me off. Nobody knows you anyways. Like, what care? And it's like, oh my gosh, my Instagram got they shut it off. Like, no, like, I have 1,000 followers and only 3 of them actually engage with me. Like, why do you care? Nobody cares. Like, when you stop caring about that, you truly do become free, because
you become free.
It's like, all right, cool. Like, I don't like me anymore. Okay.
Oh well. Listen, there's somebody else. I'm not gonna miss you, dude. That's the truth. It's like when in the movie NWA, bye Felicia or something like that. Oh, you're the troublemaker. Get out of here. I don't need you. I got plenty.
It's true. Like, just the ship. And then, like, all right. So what happened to all these different things? How do you bring it back? And I think that's one of the things is like, we sit here and talk. That's why I am so big on, like, being in shape.
That was weird because you got out there in video.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I thought you were frozen. I guess it was me. But yeah, that's the thing. Look at the stuff. It's like, so I talk about, what happened to all these things. Where did they go? Okay, cool. They're gone. Well, how do you bring it back? You start operating with this integrity, sense of character. You start being the best you can be. You work hard. You work the way you're supposed to. You don't worry about what everybody else is saying. You say what you believe in, what you know to be true, and you actually stand up for it. And it's like, something so simple, and about that earlier, where like all this stuff
and I make your faults. Yes.
Yeah. You make the changes here, and then you start affecting the community and people around you. And it's like, the people that are in my direct circle over the course of my time here in Fort Myers, like, I got some phenomenal people around me. And it's like, that circle is like expanding. It keeps on expanding. Like, even meeting you, like having hair, it's like, I want to know that guy. Like, why? Well, because you see that I'm just different. And so, that just spreads little things like, oh, once your mind has been expanded, it doesn't go back. And it's like, okay, like, oh, no, like, you know what? I keep this. And then it just keeps on spreading. And so
that's the problem, because once you see, there is no unseeing.
Right. So it's a good thing. Yeah, it's got things on certain aspects too. It's like, you can't unsee that.
Wake up when you start to wake up, and some people learn to wake up with different steps of their life, but when you truly wake up, and you'll see fucking everything it is what it is, and then you'll realize, holy shit, man, there is no I can't say, I didn't know, because I can't say it was his fault, or it's my mom's fault, it was my son's fault, my wife's fault. No, bitch, it's you. When you realize how you turn everything into your own reality. Yeah, man.
Exactly. On the t-shirt too. No, bitch, it's you.
Yeah.
Right on the right now.
No, bitch, it starts with you.
That's funny. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that. All right. Just all notes. I need to put my stuff back over here.
All right, brother.
It's time.
It is.
You have a great day, sir.
You too. Take it easy. Have a good one.
I'll catch you tomorrow.
Peace out. Bye.